Every cloud has a silver lining. Dear students, the postponement of the situation test brings an opportunity for you all to have more time to prepare for this test, even if it happens next month or online or offline. It's very important to keep practicing towards this test so that you can score maximum by utilizing this time period whenever it's scheduled next. So watch this very important session carefully, which will make your model completely outstand the other models. Hi future designers! Thank you for loving me so much, sending in such heartwarming messages throughout the time I was unwell. I just don't think, but I believe the fact that thousands of pure hearts sending me such warm blessings and wishes all over India have made my recovery process so quick that where it was to take a month or two, it has just taken 15 days and I'm back again with full energy, and finally I'm in front of you bringing out an important session on situation test pro tips that I really wanted to share with you before this exam, which seemed absolutely impossible 15 days back. So let's get started with today's session. First of all, I want you to all think from the examiner's point of view that the person who has thousands of models to be assessed on the same day, what would the models that will have the highest score have in them, which is uncommon and which is unique, and that is making them get more marks than all the other models, and that you need to make sure that your model has in order to get selected. So number one is functionality. 3D model viewing should be more of an experience for the viewer than mere a static product. What I mean is, try to put something that can be interacted with. Like maybe there's a drawer that can be opened and closed. Maybe there's a wire that can be pulled up or pulled down. Let's take for an example, you're asked to design a bedroom or a bed for a kid's room. So apart from keeping all the other factors like the color psychology for the kids' room and other things in mind, think like a designer and come up with a great new invention of some sort. Like maybe the bed can be folded up and converted into a study table, or something that can consume less space and have more functions. Something that is multi-purpose and has more than one kind of functionality into it. That will draw immediate attention of the examiner. Now, it is absolutely okay to not be able to execute that folding thing or the exact thing you are thinking into your model at this stage. But your concept well explained in the write-up and the right indications on your model, like an arrow up or a sign that it can be converted, and using the same sign in your write-up and mentioning that this will get folded up and will get converted into a study table or whatever your concept is, shows the examiner that you have gone beyond just executing the room but have thought like a designer. And by reading your write-up, he can know that how this will be actually executed in the real life. And that's what's going to make your model completely outstand others. The second pro tip is inspiration. Now I know you might have heard it many times in many videos that take inspiration from the art movements to painters to textiles, etc. But the time being so limited in the situation test, literally you are going to start and time is going to fly like anything. The secret to take inspiration is minimalism at its best. Now what do I mean by minimalism? The first thing I mean from it is that an inspiration can be drawn from very simple and small thing as well to be executed in a small time frame, like just simply maybe from an element of design like a dot or a line. That can be your inspiration as well, and you can use that to create that model or that interior. It does not necessarily have to be very complex. Secondly, even if you take inspiration from something that is very complex and elaborated or detailed, you don't need to put all those complete details as a theme. For example, let's say you took an inspiration from Warli art to draw an interior of a cafe. So you don't have to actually put or draw all that Warli art elements all around the cafe and get into that complex procedure of cutting small shapes so many times and putting them up, because now you've taken inspiration from Warli. You can just choose one element of Warli art, maybe that is a triangle and a circle and two hands, and use that maybe once here and there, maybe just on the cup, or maybe just the center of a table, or maybe one statue on the corner of the cafe, another can just have a monochromatic scheme like Wali art has, still serves our purpose. Taking inspiration does not mean that you have to fill the whole thing with that inspiration source. You can be inspired from just the color scheme of Wali art. You can just be inspired from just the basic geometric shapes of Wali art. Getting my point? The third pro tip is about material management. Since this complete test is based on material handling skills, you need to be very smart with the given materials. Starting from the base material that would be given, that will form the basic structure of your model. It can be a cardboard sheet, it can be a thermocol, or it can be just simple colored pastel sheets. That resource would be very limited. So if you randomly just start cutting them from anywhere, from any side, thinking about I have to make this first, you might end up regretting later. First quarter, the first 15 minutes of your paper, as I always say, will go into the planning, which is the major important part of your execution. First, read the complete paper and look at the materials given and see what can you create, what different unique concept can you come up with, and can also use those materials to create that. And brainstorm a little in the rough space, draw a rough sketch where what will go, which material will you use for what all things, and then start using those materials very judiciously without wasting them or losing them. Now a little pro tip here is, if you're left with any material which you're trying hard but you're not able to use it anywhere and it is not becoming a part of your concept somehow, because otherwise it is ideal to use all the materials that they give you. Still, if you're left with some material, use it for decoration purpose. For example, if you're left with some wire which you're not able to use somewhere, you can make little spirals out of that wire and just add a thread to it and hang it like a door hanging or a wind chime somewhere in the interior. You can use it as a wall texture. You can use it as a rod dividers on the door or on a window. If some kind of paper, thermocol is left, you can use it for decoration, making different kind of textures on the mat or the floor at the end. Don't think about the material that is left during your making your model. We'll just use all of that in some part or the other in the decoration in the end if we are left with time. But try to use all the materials majorly as a part of your product or the model without thinking about anything else. The fourth tip is avoid accidents. Yes, there are going to be little accidents happening around you, or maybe it can be with you, like spilling of a Fevicol bottle or a glue bottle on your model. People get their hand cut with a cutter. All such things happen, which is the last thing I want should happen with you. So be prepared in advance. Take the cutters and all the scissors which you are handy with, which you are using already while practicing. Please also carry a bandage in your bag. Sometimes there is a little cut or something that will bother you, a little bleeding hand, doesn't matter. It happens a lot of time. It happens with us in the college when we are doing these cutting things. So keep a little bandage with you in case that happens. Put it on your finger wherever it happens, and the show must go on. You cannot cry sitting there that your hand is bleeding. You have to execute it. So keep one bandage extra with you. Always use a metal scale with the cutter. Never use a plastic scale with the cutter, first of all, because plastic can get cut easily from the edges while you use a cutter. Secondly, the only way you can avoid these accidents is by zipping yourself up in a bubble. What I mean from that is, think there is an imaginary enclosed bubble around you and it's just you and your materials and your concept, and the time is running and you have to just focus on your work. 99% of the time these silly accidents happen because we get distracted from what the other person is making, what the girl right by my side is doing. Am I supposed to do that? Am I supposed to make it like that? I am thinking something else only. Have I read the question wrong? All these things come to your mind and somewhere you get distracted with your workflow. One, you waste time. Second, you get distracted and spoil something, and it is going to happen. Please, just shut yourself up in a bubble. You know better than all these people what has to be done. Be confident on your own self and just do your own work. So again, an important tip is to organize all your tools that you are going to carry beforehand. Please carry transparent pouches in which you are going to carry these materials, because a lot of time in the exam center they avoid students taking colored pouches in which the material is not visible inside. In case they restrict your pouch outside and you have to just carry all the material in your hands and then spread it all over your table, you might lose on good enough space to comfortably create your model. So carry transparent pouches. Please, instead of carrying big bottles of glue or Fevicol, carry 2 small bottles completely filled up. That will take little space on your table. You can just keep one on your table and put one in the pouch on the side of your bench so that you take it out only when you need. Don't carry bulky, huge things. Try to keep things very small, minimal, so that they occupy less space and you have more work area to work comfortably. Third tip in this category I would like to give is, in case something spills out, then what? If in case anything like that happens, it's okay. It's not end of the world. It doesn't mean now everything has gone wrong. Just relax, take a deep breath, and now think, how can you cover it up? Suppose there is a glue stain or something that has come on your model which is not looking nice, a Fevicol stain or something. Now think like a designer, think like a creative person. How can you cover it up? Maybe you can cover it up with little circles from a colored sheet. You can cut out some stars or something that is an element of your model from your inspiration. Cut it out, paste it over the stain so that it does not look like anything is hidden, but it looks like a part of that model. So be smart enough and keep your presence of mind intact to get out of that situation, and I'm sure you'll be able to manage it. The fifth tip I want to give you is the time management tip. As soon as you get your question paper and you read through the questions and you think that, okay, this can be made in this one, this can be made in this one, okay, this is a good idea, this is a brilliant idea, I would like to go with this one further. And once you have decided what you are going to make, always first create the complete base first. Like suppose you're creating an interior for something and you are making a wall and you've just made the wall and you started decorating the wall, putting the curtains, little details, tiny things. It is going to consume a lot of time, and later you are going to run time for executing the whole complete basic structure, and just one wall detail won't fetch you marks. So the first thing is your idea. If you are designing a trophy or a memento, just create the complete basic structure first and then get on to the detailing part. Never get on to the detailing part first, as much as tempting it is. Stop yourself, hold yourself back, follow the procedure right if you want to ace this exam. Now, a very important tip that I cannot emphasize enough is to not wait for your model to completely finish up before you write your write-up. Yes, the write-up is very important part of your model. It is going to speak what your model means. Mostly students are unable to completely do the justice to the model they make, because there are a lot of things that are going on in their mind which are not practically sometimes possible to be executed on that model with the given materials. But your concept note, your write-up tells the examiner how much creative you are and what are you thinking. So the moment you think last 20 minutes are left, leave everything, all your model there, and first go to the concept note page and write your write-up in such a brilliant way they exactly know what inspiration and everything that has been taken cleared, and try to finish that write-up in 10 minutes and then get back onto your model completion. Do not wait for your model to get completed ki bas ho hi gaya, bas 5 minutes, and you never know when the examiner will come on your head and ask you to leave, and then you have not written anything in your write-up, or you've just scribbled quickly and examiner is still unsure of everything which is going on in your model, and you will lose on marks. So try to write the write-up as soon as the last 20 minutes are left. Complete the write-up nicely, beautifully, and then go back onto executing the model if it is left. I hope you'll all keep all of these tips in your mind. Make your model stand out of all the other students with a great idea, perfect execution, and awesome write-up. I can't wait to hear from all of my students that they finally made up to their dream design college. All the very best. Just know that you have the spark and the creativity. That is the reason you've left thousands of students behind and have been shortlisted for the second round. The competition was really huge, really tough in the round 1, and if you have been shortlisted, that means you are the kind of person, you are the kind of student they want to be in NIFT. Now this is a second chance, the final chance to prove your worth one more time, and there you will be, finally a Niftian, and I'm 100% sure that you are going to ace it. All the very best. Lots of love.